G'day and welcome to DIY with You Space. Today we're going to be talking about paints. There are a few different kinds of paints. Indoors we use pretty much all water-based paint. So it's easy to clean out your paintbrushes. All it is water, and it doesn't have as many fumes and stuff like that. Oil-based paints are usually more water resistant and used outside. Today we're going to be painting this windowsill. As you can see, the windowsill is quite damaged. The paint's all peeled, starting to peel. It's not too bad up here, but we're going to fix all of this up really nice and neat. When you first open your tin of paint, it's important to give it a good stir. To do this properly, get a piece of wood or an old screwdriver, put it all the way down to the bottom of the tin and start stirring. And slowly work your way up to the top and back down to the bottom. You want to keep doing this until it's got a good consistency. I've already done it with today's tin. Now let's get started. We're going to prep the surface. And what I mean by that, we're going to give it a sand. Now the reason we've got to do this is paint is designed to have things not stick to it, that way they can be cleaned. Now that obviously means that if you're going to do another coat of paint, it's not going to stick very well. So what we do to counteract that is give it a nice little sand, and that puts a rough edge on top of the paint that the new coat will stick to. So as I was just discussing about how important it is to sand back your surface, I started sanding this back and turns out it's just flaking off. So whoever's painted this in the past hasn't sanded back, and now it's all got to be scraped off. And you can see it's all flaking and falling off really easily, and that is what happens if you don't sand the surface before you start painting. There you go. So now scrape it all off. Yesterday we scraped off as much of that top layer of paint as we can, and then we've given it a nice sand back so the paint will stick. Now for the first coat. Now, paint's dry, give it a really light sand. Then, we hit it up with another coat of paint. All done. Lastly, and very importantly, we're going to wash our paintbrush. If we don't wash the paintbrush while the paint's still wet, then it all gets stuck in there and you have to get another paintbrush. Now this was a water-based paint, which means you just clear it out with water. This has been another DIY video with the Trade View Space. Brenton signing out.